somewhere between the Arctic winds and the whispers of ancient Earth, lies a place so vast, so untouched, it seems to belong to another time. A place where ice breathes, where mountains rise not just from the land, but from frozen oceans, and where silence stretches for miles, in every direction. This is Greenland, not just a name, not just a place on the map, but a world within a world. It defies its title, Greenland, for it is white, blue, gray, and gold, under the midnight sun, but rarely green. It's a land of extremes, of paradoxes, of survival, of heritage that reaches further back than memory. It's where glaciers flow like rivers, where the earth wears no disguise, and where the human spirit has carved out a life against every odd. But Greenland is not a single story. It is thousands, frozen in the ice, hidden in the rock, echoing through the wind. And today, we journey across this giant, lonely island to uncover its secrets, its wilderness, its wonders, and its people, not just to observe it, but to understand it. Greenland is Earth's largest island, a landmass so large it could stretch from Newfoundland to Norway. Yet fewer than 60,000 people live here. That's one person for every 35 square kilometers. Most of it is uninhabited. Vast white expanses stretch in every direction, home not to cities, but to silence. At the heart of Greenland lies the ice, a continental shield, second in size only to Antarctica. It blankets over 80% of the island, over 2 miles thick in some places, so immense that its weight literally presses the land below sea level. Beneath it, a lost world, mountains buried under glaciers, canyons deeper than the Grand Canyon, lakes that never see daylight. The ice here is ancient. Some layers date back over 120,000 years, holding the frozen air of a time before cities, before empires, before history. And as scientists drill deeper into its core, they unearth more than just ice. They unearth climate records, time capsules from a forgotten Earth. But the ice is changing rapidly. Over the past 30 years, Greenland has been melting, at first in silence, but now with urgency. In 2019 alone, it lost over 500 billion tons of ice, enough to raise sea levels across the planet. Greenland is the front line of climate change. Not just a warning, but a mirror held up to the rest of the world. Yet Greenland is more than ice. It is color, life, movement, from the ancient Inuit hunters of the north to the vibrant towns of the south. This island tells the story of endurance. And it begins with its people. The Inuit have lived in Greenland for over 4,500 years. Generations of hunters, herders, and navigators who adapted to a land few others dared to settle. The Thule people, direct ancestors of modern Greenlanders, traveled here from Alaska, following the Arctic animal migrations. They brought dog sleds, sealskin kayaks, and a knowledge of the ice. That few outside cultures ever achieved. Their lives were woven into the land. Their legends drawn in the stars. And though their numbers were small, their spirit was vast. To this day, Inuit culture remains the beating heart of Greenland. The Greenlandic language, Kalaalisut, is filled with poetic precision. Dozens of words for ice, snow, and wind, each one describing a different texture, direction, or temperature. Because here, language is survival. And now, let's walk through this land. Region by region, mystery by mystery, we begin in the south. Greenland's warmest corner. Here, you'll find Qaqortoq, a coastal town built on hills and history. Its houses spill down toward the sea, in vivid blues, reds, and yellows. Beneath the surface, you'll find Norse ruins, remnants of Eric the Red's fabled eastern settlement. When Eric arrived from Iceland in 982 AD, he called it Greenland to attract settlers. But life was never easy here. Farming settlements stretched across valleys. Churches rose from stone. Yet by the 15th century, the Norse were gone. Why? Theories range from cooling climates to trade collapse. But the truth is still locked in the soil. Nearby lies Falsey Church, the best preserved Norse ruin in Greenland, and the site of the last written record of Norse presence here, a wedding in 1408. After that, silence. But where the Norse faded, the Inuit endured. Modern Greenlanders in Qaqortoq blend old and new. Fishing boats sit beside ancient kayaks. The town's open-air art project, Stone and Man, carves life into boulders, whales, spirits, ancestors, telling stories with no beginning and no end. From Qaqortoq, we head inland, toward the sheep farming village of Igaliku. Surrounded by rolling green hills in summer, this quiet settlement was once the spiritual heart of Norse Greenland. The ruins of Gardar Cathedral still stand. Massive stone blocks set against wide open sky. It feels like a forgotten world, but it's not forgotten. Not to the locals, not to the historians, not to the land. Travel northwest, and you'll reach Narsarsuaq, home to the great Narsarsuaq Valley and the Flower Valley Trail. In summer, wild Arctic flowers bloom between glacial rivers, creating an Eden unlike any other in the Arctic. From the south, we journey northward to Nuuk. The capital. Here, modern life meets ancient rhythm. Nuuk is a city, yes, but only just, surrounded by sharp peaks and deep fjords. It's Greenland's cultural and political core. Nearly 1/3 of Greenland's population lives here. Yet reindeer can still be seen crossing the outskirts, and dog teams howl as the northern lights streak above. The Greenland National Museum here houses some of the most haunting relics in the Arctic, the Chilakatsauk mummies. 8 bodies, perfectly preserved in the permafrost, buried over 500 years ago. Their clothing, skin, and even hair remain intact. Faces frozen in time, but Nuuk is not just past, it's future. New schools, new art, new ideas. Greenlandic hip-hop mixes with traditional drum dances and political debates, shape the island's path toward full independence. Our journey resumes where we left off, on Greenland's western edge, where icebergs drift like ancient spirits and the wind carries stories older than words. We now head east, and everything changes. Eastern Greenland is different. Wilder, less touched, more remote. Few roads exist here. Travel is by dog sled, snowmobile, or small aircraft. The towns are sparse, the wilderness infinite. Tasiilaq is the largest settlement on this side of the island, home to about 2,000 people. It sits along a fjord ringed by steep peaks and glaciers. In summer, it's alive with color. Wildflowers, bright houses, blue ice. In winter, the sea freezes and the auroras light the sky. For hours each night, Tasiilaq is also a cultural stronghold. Drumming ceremonies, Inuit masks, and storytelling thrive here. The local culture, shaped by isolation and resilience, preserves many customs lost elsewhere. Art is a form of survival. North of Tasiilaq lies Ittoqqortoormiit, one of the most remote towns in the world. Accessible only during short summer windows, by ship or via helicopter, this community lives in deep symbiosis with the Arctic. Here, people still hunt narwhal, polar bear, and seal, maintaining millennia-old traditions, pass through silence and snow. And just beyond, Scoresby Sund, the world's largest fjord system. Over 350 kilometers long, it winds through towering mountains, frozen valleys, and mirror-like waters. Sailors here pass icebergs larger than cruise ships and cliffs taller than city skyscrapers. The air is so pure, it seems to cut through time itself. Every sound echoes, every moment lingers. This place, so rarely visited, remains one of Earth's last true frontiers. From the east, we venture to the north. Here, life fades, but does not disappear. Qaanaaq, Thule, Pearyland, the farthest reaches of Greenland. Here, polar bears outnumber people. The sun disappears in winter for months, but when it returns, it doesn't set for weeks. Qaanaaq is a town shaped by relocation and resilience. Originally founded after a U.S. military base, displaced Inuit families in the 1950s. The town has grown into a symbol of Arctic endurance. Further still lies the Northeast Greenland National Park, the largest national park on the planet. No towns, no roads, just research stations. and wilderness. Here, polar bears hunt on drifting ice, musk oxen graze on frozen plains, and glaciers flow through mountains untouched since the Ice Age. This is Earth before humans, and perhaps Earth after us. Here, climate scientists monitor glacial retreat, biologists track species migration, and adventurers, those few who make it, witness nature on a scale beyond imagination. And at the center of it all lies the Greenland ice sheet. 2.6 million cubic kilometers of ancient frozen water. As it melts, rivers form on its surface, carving blue veins through white silence. Helicopters land briefly. Researchers move quickly, and in the middle of it all, Summit Station, one of the coldest inhabited places on Earth. Here, scientists study the atmosphere, the snow, the past. In the quiet hum of their instruments, the future is unfolding. Because Greenland is not only the key to our past, but also the warning bell of our future. As we conclude this journey, we return to the people. The storytellers, the artists, the hunters, the children learning the language of their ancestors. In every village, in every boat, in every dog sled track across the snow, Greenland lives, not just as a land, but as a pulse, a reminder of what the Earth was, of what it still is, and what we stand to lose. It doesn't need to be green. It only needs to be Greenland. The deeper you travel into Greenland, the more it becomes clear. This land is not just a frozen wilderness, but a colossal, living archive. An ancient book carved in ice and stone, where every crevasse holds secrets and every mountain remembers. We begin this chapter not on the surface, but beneath it. Deep under the Greenland ice sheet lies one of the greatest hidden landscapes on Earth. A submerged realm of valleys, mountains, and lost rivers. Entire ranges taller than the Alps, crushed under more than 2 miles of solid ice. Somewhere beneath the silence is the Greenland Grand Canyon, a 750-kilometer trench. So vast it could stretch across a continent, yet it was only discovered recently. These are not just empty geological features. They're silent witnesses to the Earth's evolution, and yet, something is stirring beneath them. Satellites have detected movements, mysterious changes in the way the ice flows. Subglacial lakes appearing, then vanishing without a trace. Greenland's under-ice plumbing system is awakening. As meltwater pours down from the surface, it lubricates the base of the ice, accelerating its flow. This hidden world isn't just reacting to climate change. It's becoming part of it. But the ice hides more than geology. It conceals life. Preserved within ancient layers of snow. Scientists have found the DNA of extinct ecosystems, plants, microbes, pollen, evidence of a time. When this land was green, not tundra, not ice, but forests, rivers, insects humming beneath leafy canopies. That wasn't yesterday. It was over 2 million years ago. Greenland has melted before, it has bloomed before, and it may do so again. It is not a frozen monument. It is a breathing, evolving force. We now journey to Kangerlussuaq, a former Cold War military base turned scientific gateway. Here, at 0.660, you can stand on the edge of the Greenland ice sheet, facing an ocean of ancient ice that stretches to the horizon. A short drive leads you to Russell Glacier. A towering wall of sapphire blue groaning as it calves into the valley. Every crack, every roar, is the earth shifting beneath your feet. But Greenland is not only ice, it is fire. In the south lies Unartok, a rare geothermal spring where steaming pools shimmer beside drifting icebergs. In this land of opposites, you can soak in warm waters, while the Arctic wind howls across frozen seas. Geothermal activity deep below may even be melting the ice from within, like a candle burning at both ends. Next, we head to Manitsoq, a town known for its scenic waterways and for something far more extraordinary beneath them. Buried under its rocks may lie the oldest and largest impact crater on Earth, a cosmic scar over 3 billion years old. If true, it would mean Greenland was struck by one of the most powerful asteroids in planetary history. The echoes of that event still shape the rock beneath the town's feet. Farther north lies Umanak, guarded by a heart-shaped mountain rising straight from the sea. This is a place of stories, of spirits, of drums that echo through snow-covered streets. And it's also a place of mystery. Across the bay at Chilakitsak, archaeologists uncovered 8 mummies, buried with care over 500 years ago. Their faces still visible, their clothing intact. They are the best preserved mummies ever found in the Arctic. But who were they? And why here? The answers remain frozen in time. As we near the end of this part of our journey, we rise above the ice once more, passing over the Nunataks mountains that pierce through the glacier, like islands in a white ocean. Time slows here, the present dissolves, the earth whispers, and Greenland keeps its secrets just beneath the surface. To understand Greenland fully, we must look not just to the land, but to the sky. Because here, the sky is not empty, it dances. In the long, dark months of winter, the aurora borealis begins its show. Curtains of green, violet, and blue twist and shimmer across the heavens, illuminating mountains, lighting up the ice. To the Inuit, these lights were once spirits, playing, laughing, guiding, messages from the beyond. And when the lights fade, a deeper silence falls. Stars pierce the Arctic night in constellations older than memory. The sky in Greenland is not above you, it's around you. And then the sun returns, but not for a moment, for months. The midnight sun rises in May and refuses to set. Life explodes, snow melts. Rivers run. Birds cry from cliffs. Flowers bloom between rocks. It is a brief window, a wild, beautiful surge of life. And in that window, Greenland's people celebrate. In Nuuk, Sisimiut, and Tasiilaq, festivals light up the tundra. Drums beat, sled dogs race, children laugh in kayaks, echoing ancient ways. But the joy is not without tension, because climate change is shifting everything. the far north, the ice arrives later and breaks earlier. Sea ice that once carried sleds now fractures beneath their weight. Narwhals migrate to different bays. Polar bears stray toward towns. And elders whisper, "This is not how it used to be." But the people adapt. In settlements like Qaanaaq and Itokortormiit, hunters and scientists collaborate. Locals report changes they see. They track the sky, read the wind, notice the silence when a certain bird fails to return. This ancient knowledge is now critical to modern science. And Greenland is changing politically too. Once a full colony of Denmark, Greenland gained home rule in 1979. Today, it walks the path toward full independence. A future of self-governance, balanced with tradition. A future shaped not by what's lost, but by what's kept. Yet tourism brings a paradox. With beauty this wild, people come, cruise ships, luxury lodges, photographers chasing auroras. Opportunity rises. But so does the risk. What happens when the untouched is touched too much? Conservation is no longer a hope, it is a necessity. We now venture to Earth's edge, to Peary Land, Greenland's northernmost region. There are no towns here, no trees, just frozen stone. And animals shaped by scarcity, musk oxen, snowy owls, Arctic hares bounding over rock and shadow. It is silence made visible. And finally, we stand atop the ice sheet itself. Summit Station. At over 3,000 meters high, this research post sits in isolation. Temperatures here can fall to -70 degrees Celsius. Winds howl with no obstacles. Yet inside, scientists work, studying air chemistry, drilling ice cores, looking into Earth's deep past to predict its future, because what happens here will ripple across the globe. Greenland is not simply a landmass. It is a mirror, a warning, a prayer. It is Earth before we reshaped it. And perhaps Earth, after we're gone. As the camera pulls back, revealing the shimmer of the ice sheet, the scarred cliffs of forgotten fjords, and the warmth of homes lit under polar skies, Greenland waits, still wild, still sacred, still whispering.